Oh boy, this, I'm just always into doing something I've never done before, so this is going to be one of those things. Going to build a coffee table. It'll be 18 by 24. I just spent, I don't know, 20 minutes building this table so it's perfectly flat both ways and level. I put a level on it. So that it's perfect. Well, you can't see the bubble, but it's perfect both ways, all four corners, and it's super solid. So what I'm going to build is, I guess it's called a thick pour coffee table. They make tables, regular tables and everything out of an epoxy, as well as putting other things into it. And I have some, it'll be using blocks of wood like this that'll be placed in there. I'm also putting a clock inside of this. It's just going to be a really unique kind of a build. Pretty excited about it. So I've been watching quite a few videos. I know enough to be dangerous. Let's get on to it. Some time ago, I built a tiny house for Vince and Lisa, and they were kind enough to give me some just some miscellaneous hardwood lumber that they had. To me, this looks like oak. We're going to plane this down and use this as the perimeter of the coffee table. So I don't want to run the planer in here because it really gives out a lot of dust, and I don't have a good dust collection system. So I'm going to take it outside. You ever heard that saying? Come on, let's take it outside. So here we go. This is really going to put my planer table to the test, because I did a challenge to make a table out of one 8-foot 2x4, and I did. But we're about to go outside and it's going to sit on the snow, so I'm going to treat it pretty carefully. I don't want it to get damaged. Ready or not? Here we go. I will be shutting that door because I work hard to get it heated up. Okay. All right. Got a cord here. Nope, already got a problem. I knew the cord was in the way. You good, Kaya? Alrighty. Get some protective gear. Okay. Oh, come on over closer. Let's take a look. First thing I'm going to do is do the sides, top and bottom. I had no idea that it was off that much end to this end compared to that end. Anyway, we'll bring that down and we'll plane down top and bottom. That's definitely oak. We'll see how close it is this way. was cold out there. It was so cold it killed the battery on the camera, and it stopped. So I don't know how much yet I actually recorded. So I'm going to rip it to width this way, or height, whichever way you want to think of it, on the table saw. But I'm going to do it in here. It'll kick out a little bit of dust. Hopefully it doesn't get onto the railroad train layout that you can see over here. Okay. Well, after all of that trouble I went through to get this planed all four sides, make it nice and smooth, I'm not going to use it. It looks like all the videos I saw on YouTube had just a form around the outside, and they later cut that form off. And so I can understand, because in pouring concrete, when concrete dries after it cures and you're stripping the forms, there's always a little crack just where the concrete has shrunk just a minuscule amount, so that there's always a crack right there. I don't want to do a beautiful pour over and have a crack on the outside frame all the way around the interior. So I'm going to do it differently. This has got to go. So I went outside under the overhang. I have a bunch of this PVC scrap left over, so I'll use this for form work. This will be easy to work with, so let's do that. Okay, executive privilege, change the dimensions. It's going to be 47 by 24. That'll be the form outside form. So the finished will be 1.5 inches less length and width so I'll tell you what that'll be in just a minute. But first of all, I'm going to cut these. I'll get two or three rips out of this one, because the height is going to be 2 I'll get 2 1/4, so I'll get 3 out of this. All right, let's cut it. Final answer, maybe. So what am I cutting it at? Well, my form plywood is 48. So if I made it outside to outside 48, I think I'll go with that. So I'm going to cut this at 48. All right, let's rip these. So these are the 2 end pieces. Just to give you an idea, these are going to be using wood like this. And they'll be spaced, and they'll have little ones inside. It should be really pretty. Okay, so let's assemble the form. All right. Nice thing about this PVC wood, or PVC board, it doesn't split as easily as pine. So I'm going to start the screws here. I picked the good side to be to the inside of the form. There was just it's been dinged around, sitting around outside, even though it's been undercover. Okay, let's set that out of the way for a minute. Okay, I guess I'm new at this. These go inside. I'm screwing this way. That would have been tragic. Okay. Again, I want the good side to the inside. And now that I've made a couple of divots in there, I guess this has become, that means that becomes the outside because it's a little bit, got some holes in it. Very good. Now we'll do this one. The other nice thing about this kind of material is, unlike wood, if there's knots or grain, it won't move around when you start into the other side, into this one. Makes it a lot easier to get it right. I mean, if you're concerned about that, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All this just to have coffee? Wow. All right. So now we have the framework. Obviously, we can't put a thick pour material onto this plywood because we'll never get it separated. So I'm going to use coil stock. I'll go out and cut a sheet of that, exactly 4 feet long. I made it so that this is inside, somewhere in the middle of this form board. Well, I have a scrap piece. Let me show you. I have 200 or 300 feet of this outside, so I'll go cut one at 4 feet long. But I'll have it sitting complete, so it'll go under each side a 1/4 inch. I wanted to maximize that as much as I could. And then it should be good. That'll be nice and tight for the material. And when I'm done pouring, we'll pull this up, and this should peel right off. I'll cut it long so that we can separate it. All right. So I guess that's the next thing. I'll go out and cut a piece. All right, we'll take this form off for a second. And I'm going to just sweep. Make sure there's no things in the way, wherever it might be. So now we have, oh, wouldn't that be pretty? Well, it is pretty, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I think, having never done this before, I'm leaving it long on each end. Let's see. I'm going to run 3-inch screws straight down through. I'm going to do one here because I think I'm going to have to adjust that end. We want that absolutely tight so the epoxy doesn't come out of there. I'm just going to tack this here for a minute. Then I want to run, take some diagonal measurements. .54 1/16. 54 and a strong 1/16. By golly, that's close enough. Okay. No daylight, that's good. So this will, by putting these screws in, it'll help hold it so that when the liquid goes in, just like concrete, concrete will push the form. Make sure that's straight. Right there. Beautiful. Same thing here, we got to push it in. Perfect. Nice, very nice. Okay, so I saw some videos that said put like a floor wax down so that this would pull off easily. Hey, I'm back and it's time for show and tell. Woohoo! This is the second day. This was what I did the first day. Took me a couple of hours to do, but some of the parts have started rolling in, so this is pretty cool. Going to have, come on out of there. Come on. Oh, yeah. Let's put this over here. This clock is going to be inside, and it'll set up near the top, but there'll be room near the bottom so that we can access the place for batteries from underneath, so it'll always be able to go. And it says it doesn't make any sound. It's not a tick-tock tick that would drive you crazy. So we have that, and we had some of the epoxy came in. It's a part A and a part B. This one in particular is a 1-to-1 ratio as far as mixing it. And it's clear. It's supposed to completely get rid of the bubbles on its own, where you wouldn't have to use, sometimes they'll use a torch or a heat gun. So it's supposed to take care of that. And it came with all the necessary things, a tongue depressor, or a stirrer, probably. Those are gloves in there, and a mixing cup, one, and then multiple ones of these so you can batch them up, so you can measure it out and get it exact. You can also add color to these. The color, and I ordered a variety of colors. They haven't arrived yet. I think they're due today. I also ordered a total of 6 gallons of this. 4 of them came yesterday. I was a little concerned because I was gone yesterday and the temperature outside was 18 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. I was concerned it was going to freeze, but I got it in time, so it's all right. So that's where we're at right now. I have to run to the lumberyard, and I've got to pick up the floor wax to put this down. I've got to get the rest of the wood ready to go in here and move on. So here we go. Okay, the next thing we need is to cut some blocks to fill in for the coffee table. So I have a mark, well, it's basically the edge of this yellow cutting area. So I'll cut a bunch of these. I have to square this one first. I'm going to try to get some good wood character, because the tops are what will be showing. So that's the save block. Oh, that's nice. We're getting some good character there. I like that. Oh, that's going to be pretty. That is going to be pretty. So this will go into the firewood pile. Then I need some small, like limb wood, that will add some character. I have all the pieces cut, or quite a few, and they're going to be fit as we go. So I'm just going to set the clock in here. Just kind of, this is all temporary. This has gotten filled with dust, so I have to clean it after everything's done. But I want to sample set the wood. So let me do that. I guess this is kind of the artistic part of it. Just going to set them around. Some of this wood character is really going to be pretty. It's actually taking quite a few chunks of wood. That's all in that pile. I don't know if you can see that. All the little dimples. That's really going to be pretty. Kind of like my dimples. I don't have dimples. I'm leaving a pretty good amount of space so that the epoxy can wrap right around all of that, give it some strength. So here's the other thing. I want to start, I'm going to put these round blocks, and I want to get them get them by size so that they start big in the middle and work smaller coming out to the ends. So I probably won't spend a lot of time placing these. I want it to kind of look like a tree branch. There'll be one over here. Oh, got a big one there. The big branch, buddy. I'll lay these out. Ouch, bit my tongue. This is only temporary, but I wanted to get a feel. I guess it would have been better if I placed all of these first. I wanted to make sure I had, this is my first time setting them in here. I wanted to make sure I had enough of these larger blocks like these. I thought that was really full of character. That's got a knot in it. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Well, anyway, you get the idea. I guess that's going to wrap it up for today. I'm going to for the next video, I guess I'll start with these branches first. We'll run, I don't know how, something that doesn't look uniform, but kind of just like it was there, not intentionally put, if that makes sense. Well, that's kind of a rough idea. So basically, this being the trunk of the tree with branches coming out like that and like that. That'll be the rough way. I think I like that. I will fill in. I have more wood, and I can cut more wood if I need it to fill it in a little better. There's a few voids, but I really like it. I think it's going to be nice. I'll pour a base epoxy coat with a coloring in it, so it gives it sort of a background. It won't have a color inside of the clock underneath, so you'll be able to see all the way down through to the floor. And then after the color sets, this is a 2 or 3 day process to get each layer cured. Then we'll pour a clear layer all over the entire thing. These blocks, the tree limb blocks, I'm going to stain those almost a mahogany. So it's going to be darker, it'll be much more pronounced. I think that's going to be really great. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. Should be great progress again on the next video. So hit the like button, leave a comment, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All right, see you later. Have a great day.